I'm back. Welcome to our On the Hour video for the new catalog kickoff. And I think I'm finally ready to show you how to make the little mailboxes that I promised. So first I wanted to just mention that there's a lot of cute ways to make treat boxes in the new mini catalog. Treat boxes are popular, of course, anytime to give a little treat to somebody, but of course, especially when Valentine's Day is coming up soon. So I did want to mention the Love You Always treat boxes, which are on page 11 right here. And I have a package which has not even been opened yet. So that we'll have to save for another day to show you how to make the treat boxes. But the size they are going to be is this size right here when they're finished, because the cover of the box is kind of like a matchbox. So this cover goes over the box like that, and it opens up. And these boxes are actually food safe, so you can put some candy or something, or cookies or something that's not covered in those little boxes. Okay, so that is on that page. I have more pages to show you here. Oh, and I also wanted to show you the dies for these two sets because I forgot in the last video to show you the dies. It's always hard to see them on these little tiny pictures. So for the card class, I'm going to be using this die, and I'll send everybody participating in the class one of these die cuts. It also has this nice long border die with little hearts, and this cool banner die. This actually cuts out the banner, and then there's scores here so that it folds and makes it kind of three-dimensional. So that is for Always in My Heart. Now that big heart die will not fit in the mini machine, but these dies for Forever and Always will fit in the mini machine, and you can see this little symbol right here in the catalog that shows you that all of the dies in that set will fit through that little tiny opening. So all of the love and the always and the flowers, and those all will fit just fine. Here's a nice little die to cut out some of the sentiments. This set has some really nice bold sentiments. So there's those that I should have showed you at the last video, but onward to treat packaging. I wanted to also show you page 16 because it has our little mini curvy keepsake box dies, and those are always cute for little treats for any occasion. And there's all sorts of Valentine's-y stuff on these couple of pages, the cute little kangaroo dies. Anyways, moving on, what I wanted to show you was the snail mail suite, and this is just darling. So snail mail is what everybody loves these days when we're stuck at home. Love to get that snail mail, and the snail mail stamp set has dies that go with it, and I'll show you those real quick. This one makes like a giant square postage stamp, and then this one makes a little teeny little envelope. You just fold it up to make an envelope, and then you've got your little tiny card to stick in your little tiny envelope. You've got some cute mushroom dies, and then these other ones cut out the stamped images as well. And then this one, these two right here, which are this one and this one, also fit that postage stamp punch, which is very convenient. And I think I'll be using this stamp on my envelopes a lot because Happy Mail enclosed. Who doesn't want Happy Mail? So there's that. And somebody asked me recently when they got their catalog, how did they make these little tiny mailboxes? So there's one there. Let's see, they're kind of scattered all over the place. Here's another one right here, little mailboxes. And so I wasn't sure if they used the envelope die or how they made those, but I did think to look up the recipe, and I did post the recipes earlier today, so they are in this Facebook group under files. You can find all the files under files, and when I'm all done with all the videos and posts today, well, probably tomorrow, I will put everything together under Unit 10, so then you can go to Units and find everything under unit, I think it is unit 10 is my next unit. Each class has a unit, so then I can keep everything organized and together for to find it. Anyway, this is the recipe that they gave in the file, and they told all the different colors of cardstocks that were used and the snail mail designer series paper. Tear and tape adhesive, so got that here. The little resin heart embellishments, and that's, I did have one extra pack of those, so they are in my prize basket here. But I had, because I opened up one pack and I'm starting to use those, but I had another one left over. And the only instructions here, these are not step-by-step instructions, but they kind of gave some little tips here and there on some of the cards. They have instructions 3 1/4 by 3 3/4, score at 1 inch on each side. So I could not figure out from this picture how that worked with those dimensions, but I gave it a try. And so this is what I came up with that I think works the best using those dimensions. And this one actually looks like a mailbox, although it's not quite the same as the one in the picture. So mine's better, right? So there's that one. This one I kind of made like I thought that one looked like with the instructions, but I just didn't think that quite looked like a mailbox. And then this one I thought, well, what if that was a misprint and it's supposed to be 3 1/4 by 3 1/4? Then it would look, the little box would look like this, and that would look like the picture. That would be okay, and that would fit like one Hershey Kiss. These other ones would fit 2 Hershey Kisses or a Hershey Nugget or something cute like that. Anyhow, of all those 3, I liked this one the best, so that's the one I'm going to show you how to make. So let's move that aside and get out some paper here. So the instructions were 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. Let's see, there we go. So I'm going to cut my paper 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. And it said score on all sides 1 inch. So score, 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 and score. Okay, so this is going to be the box that the paper goes over. So there's my pieces. And now to make an actual box, what you usually do is cut in on, so you can make corners like this. So you can either cut in this direction or you could cut in on this direction, but you want to do one cut in on each corner and do it the same on both sides. So it doesn't matter if you cut here or cut the other direction, it all works out the same, and then you fold everything together to make your box like that. And I always use sticky strip when making boxes, because if you use the liquid glue, then you just have to sit and hold it for a while, and I'm impatient and I don't like to do that. So I put the sticky strip on these 2 pieces, but really you could put it on the corner pieces or wherever you want to put it. Just make sure you kind of fold it up ahead of time and see what it looks like so that it looks good wherever you're, whichever direction. Because I could put these on the inside like this or on the outside, and depending on how you decide your little box is going to look best, that's going to determine where you want to put your adhesive. So you just kind of play with it. It's very easy. You're just basically making the bottom of a box. Now, and if I wanted to make a box top to go fit over this, you do the exact same thing and almost the exact, I really did not get that straight, the exact same measurements, but you would make the top just slightly bigger than the bottom so that it can fit over the top. So that's how you just make a little box like that. And I think it might look better to do it the other way, where the corners are in like this. Let's see. Yeah, I think that would look better if I had done it that way. So yeah, if you want to try this one, then cut your corners like this. I'll make a picture of this and post it, and that'll show you how to cut the little bottoms of the boxes. But it's basically covered up, so you're not going to see it. Okay, and then to cover up, we're going to use a piece of designer series paper. And I use this pattern of hearts that's in the snail mail paper because I thought that really looked cute. I actually don't have that paper out right now. Let me grab one of my bookmarks here that's almost the right size. I figured that I used you want it to match this dimension, so that's 1 1/4. So I used 1 1/4 by 4 1/2. So let me cut this piece so it's 1 1/4. Let's see. Is that going to be right? Let me just double check. Actually, that looks like it's 1 3/4. I have the wrong measurement there. Okay, I should look at the top one. 1 3/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, 1 3/4 by 4 1/4. And this last measurement is not that important because it just is going to depend how tall your mailbox is. So mine's going to look like this. I should have used the pink one. It would look more Valentine's-y. But anyhow, you get the idea of how that's going to look. So if I had made it a little shorter, it would have been like that. Or made it a little taller, it would look like that. And you could fit a lot of mail in there. If you made it really tall, you might be able to make it slightly bigger and fit some bigger candy in there. But anyhow, mine is going to look like that. And again, I will put sticky strip on the inside of both of those pieces because it's going to bend like this. I want to make sure it stays nice and sturdy. So it's not too complicated. We're just making a box for the bottom. So just a really simple box for the bottom, and then just folding over a flap of designer paper for the top. And then we've got our mailbox shape. Okay, and then for the little tiny flag, I just took an itty bitty scrap of gray cardstock and just a little tiny rectangle of real red cardstock, and then put one of those little resin hearts at the bottom, just like they did in the picture. So there's the picture, and there's my little mailbox, and that's just perfect for Hershey Kisses, Hershey Nuggets. So cute little treat for Valentine's Day. So there's that. I have more treats that I wanted to show you, treat packaging, but I don't think I'll have time today to show you how to make these ones that I made, but maybe this will be something that I can show you on a future lunchtime live that I do on my Facebook group. I figured out this pattern all by myself. If you remember my Christmas packaging, I showed you this kind of large gift that I was giving, and this is the same exact pattern that I used, but I just made it smaller. So I'll show you how to do that maybe sometime next week if I don't get to it today. But anyhow, there are some fun ways to make treats. Let's see, is there anything else I wanted to say for this video? I'll post pictures, and I keep saying that, and I haven't gotten to it yet, but I will get pictures posted of the swaps. I'll post some pictures of the mailbox, and hopefully I'll get that done now. I think I have all my other errands out of the way for the moment, and I'll get some of these pictures posted, and also some more. I need to get some more trivia up. So yeah. Oh, Priscilla says they look like tiny Easter baskets. So yeah, you could do the same sort of thing with Easter baskets, but just make your designer series paper narrower, so that would be the top of the basket, and make just a little box and make a little flap with a basket. So yep. So we'll check back later, and I'll get to work on my computer and get some of these, get my camera down and get some pictures taken and posted for you guys. Hope you enjoyed these projects. We will talk to you later.